Well, now on to the R. Kelly trial. Testimony in the singer's federal sex trafficking trial is now in its fourth week.
The jury heard from a former backup dancer who testified that she saw Kelly engaged in a sex act with singer Aaliyah around 1993 when she would have only been about 13 or 14 years old. Today, prosecutors played audio and videotapes of Kelly allegedly threatening his victims with violence. Reporter Jim DeRogatis has been covering R. Kelly for more than 20 years. He is really the reason why R. Kelly has come to the public's eye in this way. Jim, thanks for being with us.
Sure. I would always say, Ben, that the brave young women who spoke to me is the reason why R. Kelly is where he is today. And it's just tragic that no one listened. What I heard again and again is no one matters less than young black girls. So many chances to stop this behavior. Why is it only now in a federal courtroom after victim number one was 1991, 30 years?
Yeah, you certainly helped spotlight some of those cases. I want to talk about this trial that's now entering its fourth week. We have heard about these recordings that are being played for the jury. What's in them and how big of a role will they play?
I don't think they're going to play nearly as big a role as the 12 victims, 2 males and the rest are females, who took the stand and testified to Kelly willingly giving them herpes, knowingly giving them herpes, Kelly having sexual contact with them when they were 15, 16 years old, under the age of consent, Kelly having these rules that they had to follow. I think so much of it is going to hinge on the testimony of those women, and they've heard about rules and punishments. The tapes that are being heard now are just backing that up. And I say being heard. The jury is hearing them, but the press and the public are not. Judge Ann Donnelly has had ridiculous constrictions on the press that is in an overflow room without a single pool reporter, struggling to hear and see on a lousy audio video feed. It's the same for the public. You know, a lot of people are saying on the web, this is not a public trial. And I have to say, many of them are Kelly superfan defenders. I have to say, it is not being conducted in the full light of day.
And we've all covered trials where they have figured out those technical hurdles, a way for even when there is overwhelming public interest,
Nobody's been to your studio for the whole time of the pandemic. Yeah, we figured it out.
We have figured it out most days. Jim, I want to get to this article you just published in the New Yorker because at the top of this interview, you did mention that for so long, so many of these young women, girls' stories were never heard. You call it in your article today a settlement factory that kept so many of these cases quiet for so long, and it involves, you say, a Chicago attorney.
Yeah, a Chicago attorney who used to advertise frequently on TV, Susan E. Loggins, who never would tell me exactly how many settlements. I believe it's around a dozen. There were 5 referenced in this trial. Taking money from Kelly in exchange for non-disclosure agreements of the sort that we've seen other very famous, wealthy, powerful predators like Harvey Weinstein and Bill Cosby use.
But to be clear, this attorney didn't represent R. Kelly. She was representing the victims.
Victims would go to her with a complaint of abuse by Kelly. She would go, after filing 3 public lawsuits, 96 to 2002. She wouldn't even file a lawsuit anymore. She would go to them with the complaints and strike a deal. She would keep 1/3 of the money paid to the girls, and they would sign a non-disclosure agreement. And so there were never criminal charges. There was never a paper trail to file in the civil court system. And so many of these women were silenced. We've been seeing between the lines the enablers that have helped Kelly, whether it was the wealthy, well-respected doctor from Northwestern treating him for sexually transmitted diseases and not taking any money, whether it was the Reverend Nathan Edmond, who married what was obviously a 15-year-old Aaliyah and R. Kelly under a false marriage certificate from Cook County. So many people turned a blind eye because of fame and money. It's just heartbreaking to see this laid out for the first time. Kelly was tried and acquitted in 2008. The charges were very narrow. One 14-year-old, one videotape. This is 30 years of behavior, and we're hearing from a dozen victims, and we know that there are many more. There are still 7 on the witness list who may not be testifying.
Okay, Jim DeRogatis, we appreciate your time. I know we've got a lot to talk about. I'm sure we'll check in with you at a later time. Thank you.
You bet.
Thanks, Jim.